is such an important subject. And I don't think most people bring any type of charisma, levity, or honestly relatability to the finance conversation. So it seems rigid and cold. And yet it can change your life.
Yeah.
For the better or the worse.
And a lot of people get sort of confused, intimidated about the topic, but you have such a background. Tell us about your background and what made you start making these videos.
Yeah, so I'm an estate planning attorney, and I'm the owner of Law Mother LLC. We're an estate planning law firm based in Colorado, and we help parents protect what matters most. And I started making these videos after I had my baby. So I have a little 6-month-old now.
Oh.
And
congratulations.
Thank you. And, you know, being a business owner, it's not easy to take time off and to have a maternity leave.
I was going to say, are you doing it while naps are taking place?
3:30 in the morning, I'm up doing the breastfeeding, and I started doing the videos to try to keep my business going. And really, because legal and financial tips are so intimidating, I really just wanted to make it more accessible to people.
They're not sexy, and they're incredibly confusing. But the way that you break everything down made me feel really intelligent. Like, I was grasping everything you were saying, and I'm like, oh my God, anyone who can break this down and make me feel more empowered and less intimidated. Plus, like, why the wigs and the comedy? Like, how did that come into play?
Yeah, I don't think wigs with finance, but you've managed to put them together?
Yeah, so I have a background in improv and stand-up, and I also was just delirious from being sleep deprived. So pulled out the wig because people just feel like it's such a heavy topic, especially with estate planning, which is a lot of what I talk about.
Yeah.
Just trying to make it fun, but also sneak in a little bit of comedy.
Well, let's take a look at you in action. This is one of the videos that millions of people are watching right now.
I plan to divorce my wife and take half of her assets. Actually, Jerry, your wife's assets are in a lifetime asset protection trust. The trust owns those assets, not her, so you won't receive anything.
Okay, by the way,
so smart to do like that.
How does that work? How can a spouse put their assets in a trust that becomes untouchable?
Yeah, so in this video, she'd actually inherited it from her family. So they had passed it down to her in a trust, so it's protected from her future creditors and her future divorces. But you can, depending on your state, you can separate assets out. You really want to work with an attorney, whether it's through a prenuptial agreement. You can also use trust to separate things. But for your kids, you can have them receive their inheritance in a trust. And this is how we get these kind of trusts that pass on from generation to generation, where you can go through divorces and your kids can go through divorces. And because they've received it from someone else, it's asset protected.
Okay, see, that's so interesting. And actually, your next video talks about protection of kids. Take a look at this.
Do this to establish good credit for your kids. Daughter, you have a 790 credit score. Mom, I'm only 10. How did you do that? I added you as an authorized user for my credit card. Many credit card companies don't have a minimum age. I'm here to buy my first home. Because of your good credit, you qualify for our best interest mortgage. How do you have such good credit at age 20?
I mean...
Wow. Okay. But can I just say what I'm enjoying about this? Like, I'm not very smart in many things, money included, but when you sort of put it in real life scenarios like that, it absolutely makes sense to me.
Well, and there is a lot of relatable stuff going on in here. In fact, when we're back from commercial break, we're meeting a mom whose video went so viral when she ranted about how it's impossible for her kids to get ahead financially. It's a very real story, and boy, did it garner a lot of attention, and she's here. We'll be right back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.